Brought to you by Miller Lite and the Marquee Sports Network. There will be no Cubs. No White Sox, too. Fun fact in these playoffs. Not really a fun fact, but anyway, they've both been bad. Here come the MLB playoffs. I got a question. All the different rules we saw this year, the New Deal, as I like to call it, Theo's New Deal, not quite as important as FDR's, but anyway, do you want to see any of those adjusted, or is there some other rule change that you think would be better for these MLB playoffs? Start with you, Joe.
I'm never a fan of when they change the sanctity of baseball in terms of it's such a long season, you can't decide everything in one game, or even a 3-game series. But it's so much fun when it comes. It just disproves me the moment that we get a 3-game series in Seattle or Toronto and it's 3 intense games. I like the rule changes. I honestly like everything. One little tweak I would like to see, how about the 2 wildcard teams? The better seed still gets all 3 home games, but that middle game is a home game for the other team in the visiting ballpark. It's weird. It's kitschy.
So they get to bat last.
Yeah, they get an opportunity to have a walk-off game.
But it still eliminates the travel.
I'm absolutely on board with that.
That's interesting.
I'm absolutely on board.
Marshall, what would you change?
For me, first of all, I'm doubling down on his rule. I like that change.
All right.
Second of all, the disengagements, we can do away with that now. We're like, if guys want to steal bases, they can steal bases. If you want to pick them off, you can pick them off. That'd be the only thing that would change.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see what the pitch clock looks like in the postseason, right? I absolutely love the pitch clock in the regular season. I think it created more action. I think it worked about as well as they hoped for it to work.
Yeah.
Covering games became a lot shorter, too, for us reporters.
No bias.
So let's see how that works in the postseason, right?
Right, yeah, let's see.
Some huge high-leverage moments of a star on the mound, a star at the plate.
Yes.
What is that going to look like?
I'll be fine if the umpires give a little bit more clearance to people there. And here's one, maybe I'm alone here.
Okay.
I love the Ghost Runner rule, or the Manfred Man. I think it forces action.
Yep.
I think it forces drama and demands, there's a lot of strategic depth, and it demands fundamental play. So I actually wouldn't mind it in the postseason.
Oh, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
One of my
We're
favorite
back to
aspects.
actual baseball.
Immediate pushback
Dude.
from these two.
But last year, that 15-inning game between Cleveland and New York, it devolves into home run or nothing. And
Okay.
I genuinely don't think that's
Generally, the
entertaining
baseball that's played in the playoffs comes down to home run.
For the
or not.
record, I had this thought in the 2018 World Series when the Dodgers and the Red Sox had that game. Was Max Muncy, I believe,
Yes.
was the game winner?
Yes,
where
yeah,
I just sat there for an hour and a half and everybody's swinging for the fences. I don't think that's good
But
ball.
you're hanging on to your Caesar. You can't miss a pitch.
I think
as
the
a
best
fan.
part of the Manfred Man rule is that it goes away in the playoffs and it
Yes.
gets back to regular baseball. It turns into playoff hockey because it's you're
What does it
breathing
tell you
on
about a
every-
rule, though,
of
that
one
goes
accord.
away when the postseason shows
Because
up?
there's a different
There's a
scenario
reason
for the regular
shootouts go
season.
away during
Yeah.
after the
That's
NHL
true.
season.
Fair.
There's a different scenario
I
for
know,
the regular
it's
season.
weird when the baseball romantic hates something that makes games longer.
You're wrong. You're wrong, and that's
I hear
okay.
you. This has been really fun. We are the reporters this week anyway on the Marquee Sports Network. This has been presented to you, as always, by Miller Lite.